Aries ascendant. Jupiter will become direct in your 12th house. But now, when this Jupiter is becoming direct, its actual motion is targeted towards your ascendant. Good thing about this transit is that first of all, it will take control of your unnecessary expenses. This will try to take control of your losses, and this will give you new opportunities to convert your losses to gains. 12th house is also the house of donation. So this is the time when you need to share your experience, your knowledge, and try to spread awareness about different situations of life and whatever you have faced. You will be able to help so many people. Just that Jupiter in the 12th house also indicates wealth coming from foreign country or you getting employed in a foreign country. There can be some travels, and if you are willing to travel to abroad for maybe employment, maybe education, now is the time when things can go in a positive direction. With respect to career, this is a very positive move. For Aries, Saturn is now stable in the 10th house. Jupiter will be stable in the 12th house. And Rahu will also be in the 1st house. So this is the time where you can grow. You can have greater opportunities. You can find a new version of a career. If you want to change your domain, this is the time. Well, your Mahadasha and Antardasha has to support, but at least the transits are allowing a favorable career change. Maybe you are looking for promotion. Maybe you are looking for a sthan parivartan, a change of location. All this is possible during this time. But whatever happens, you should not forget that this is the 12th house. And when we are dealing with the 12th house, we are dealing with donation. We are also dealing with losses. And when Jupiter becomes steady in this house, your losses are supposed to go down. But because Jupiter is a teacher, if you haven't learned anything from the mistakes, then this Jupiter, in order to teach a lesson, can create or expand your losses. So you will have to be very aware of your karma and of your actions during this time. Now for the next 5 to 6 months, this Jupiter will give you all sorts of opportunities to actually dilute your prarabdha karma because of the direct aspect of Jupiter on the 6th house. This is also the time when your money can be spent on repayment of loans. Your money can be spent on buying assets and buying insurance. So this is like something where your liquid money will become fixed assets. And this is how you ensure your life, your future. And this is also the time when you look out for insurance policies and try to see how you can financially and with respect to health, you can secure your life. Health is going to be the wealth in this time. This Jupiter is also going to make you spend a lot towards your things that you like the most, things that you love. Be very careful because you may have this assumption that you have a lot of money and you can spend maybe through loans. But when you're spending, you have to be very limited. Do not invest your money in high risk portfolios, high risk instruments. This is the time when you are and you should be conservative. Overall, it's an auspicious time, especially with respect to health. People who are suffering from major ailments will see that they will see good sign of improvement. They will see good response with respect to medicines. And you will also see that things are going away from your life. But what is going away was supposed to go away. And you will have to see it through that lens of perspective. And if you change your perspective a bit, you will see you will become much more happy. And the good thing is, Jupiter being in the 12th house aspects your 6th and 8th house. So all the Trik Bhava, 6, 8 and 12 comes under direct control of Guru. And Guru being your 9th house, your belief system, your faith on something will matter the most here. If you believe that you are healthy, if you have faith in your abilities, you can shine and do wonders during this time. Rahu being in the first house, I will say, will act as a blessing, because this first house Rahu will give you opportunities to rediscover yourself. And this Jupiter in the 12th house will help you get rid of past version of you to give you a better version in the future. For students, it's a very good time. For people in academics, research work, who wants to study abroad, well, this is the time when you can invest. Also, if you're looking for export and import, export of services, expansion of business, this can be the time. It is also time for Aries ascendant natives, where you will also find marriage happening if your horoscope allows, if your Mahadasha Antardasha allows. The dispute in marriage will also go away, and you will be in a much better position to let go. Expand your universal consciousness by chanting Om Bij Mantra. And also, 9th Lord in the 12th house, you need to visit places of spiritual interest and increase your spiritual knowledge. With this, Aries ascendant and moon sign will see the blessings of Gurudev, and it will set the ball rolling for the time when Jupiter will enter your first house. Taurus ascendant. For you, Jupiter will become direct in your 11th house. 11th house is the house of gains. It's the house of network circle. When the natural 12th house energies meets with the 11th house, it helps you gain in difficult times. And this Jupiter direct motion in the sign of Pisces in your 11th house is going to give you that opportunity where you can convert your losses to gains. You can come out from deep financial trouble. You will also meet a lot of intelligent people. This will give you opportunity where you can expand your network circle. You can meet people who will help you in the path of your growth, of your career, and you will learn on the way. You may be employed, or you may get also the roles in your career that have a very strong learning curve. That means education is going to be a part and parcel, and your knowledge will be tested. So you should be prepared, especially if you're going to give an interview, if you're a student, if you're going to give an examination, or even in life, if there is a difficult situation. This is going to take your test. This will see your applicability of your knowledge, how practically you can apply your knowledge in real life. Jupiter being in the 11th house will aspect your 7th, 3rd and 5th house. So definitely here, new opportunities in business will come. This can give you new initiative. Something new can come up. You can start a new business. You can open a new firm, a new shop. And this will give you more opportunities to grow financially and a stable growth. Saturn in the 9th house will also ensure that your belief system is strong enough so that you can fight the problems and become victorious. Matters with elder siblings, friends, family members, distant relatives, if there is any dispute, there's a chance that this dispute will come to a resolution through common understanding. This Jupiter will also give you more maturity so that misunderstandings will no longer be between two people, and also marital issues will also be resolved. This is also a chance where you will see that a new member may arrive in your family, a new child. And if there are couples who are struggling for the childbirth, this Jupiter, while it aspects the 5th house, being the owner of 11th house, can bless you and can give you a new hope. But you will have to follow the path of Guru. You will have to follow the path of Dharma. You will have to be very strict in discipline. You will also have to follow the path of Shani. Because Saturn's 3rd aspect on Jupiter will be heavily restrictive. And if you want something from Jupiter, you must ask the permission from Saturn. And Saturn means karma. Being in the dharma, your karma becomes your dharma. So keep working, keep hustling, and this will produce results. This will make your life more and more productive. But wait, there is a retrograde Mars on your first house. So until this Mars becomes progressive, direct, don't take any major initiatives unless you have well thought about that, you have planned it, and you know what you're doing. You have also taken all sorts of guidance and you have support. Otherwise, this can create a revenge, a knee-jerk reaction that can cause a lot of issues, and that can make you feel that you are the one who knows better, and that will hurt sentiments of people around you, which will in turn break relations, and by the time you understand or realize, it might be too late to actually do anything about it. So be very careful on that part. Seek for guidance during this time. Learn and execute your learning. If you are reading Bhagavad Gita, see how you can translate into day-to-day activity. Being practical and being grounded is the key for your success. From the perspective of health, because 11th house is 6th from 6th, this is the time when you will get proper healing, proper guidance regarding your problems, ailments and diseases. You should look out for holistic guidance. You should do yoga. Look out for proper tattva balancing, and this will give you more and more insights into your body for your health, and this will give you more proper healthy version of yourself will come, and you will feel good about that. Now, why am I saying this? See, Jupiter's fifth aspect will fall on your third house, which is Cancer zodiac sign. It's sign of exaltation. So definitely your Jupiter will help you take some really positive initiatives, and you should take those initiatives. So if you want to follow your passion, this is the time you can think about that. But before actually taking any major step, because Jupiter means knowledge, you must gather all possible knowledge, and only when the knowledge, help, resources, everything allows and permits, take the call. You can take the step, and that will result into positive growth. Financially, it's going to be a very good time. Just that Rahu being in the 12th house can make you believe in things that you should not believe in. So financially, if you see growth, if you see profits, don't become greedy. Don't think that this profit can multiply overnight. Step-by-step approach. Do not forget, Saturn is in the 9th house, and this Saturn is in your trine, it's in your house of Dharma. Manage these energies, and you will see that this Jupiter transit will be absolutely positive for you. Gemini Ascendant. For you, Jupiter rules your 7th house and 10th house. So half of your Kendra Bhava is controlled by Gurudev. And this Jupiter, when it becomes direct in your 10th house, is like a blessing. It's like a divine blessing by the planet. And this gives you power to do so many things. It creates avenues of such great possibilities. That because 10th house is the house of karma. And when the karma lord goes straight, it talks about corrections and recalibrations and recalculations. And this will also give you opportunities to correct your mistakes. This will give you more name and fame. People will appreciate your knowledge and your hard work now. If you're looking for promotion, if you're looking for a designation change, this Jupiter has the potential to give you that. When Mars is retrograde in your 12th house, this is already a struggle to convert your gains, or maybe convert your losses to gain, or somehow taking control of your expenses. This Jupiter, which is 10th house, in the 10th house, will give you the power to move in the right direction, because right karma will produce right results eventually, just that you will have to wait. See, Saturn in the 8th house also talks about stability in chaos. When Jupiter goes in the direct motion, this gives you this right energy sequence where you can work wonderfully with all the energies that is around you, good or bad, and you will be able to distinguish between them. This will give you a steady mind and a steady heart. While Jupiter is in the 10th house, it will aspect your 2nd, 4th, and 6th house. 2nd house will give you peace in your family. You will learn a lot of things about your family members, especially close relatives. And you will get to learn so many things, not only about them but from them. Maybe a family member will come to your rescue. So if you need help, you can definitely talk to a family member whom you can trust. And because Jupiter also aspects the 6th house, it is the time to do karma related to your prarabdha karma. It is the time to address your duties and responsibilities, especially towards your family members, towards your blood relatives. Yes, you can do what you want. You can follow your heart and passion. But your dharma lies in prarabdha karma in the 6th house, in the house of Scorpio. And if you are a Gemini ascendant and if you have majority of planets in Scorpio zodiac sign, that means this time you can utilize to correct so many things that even if you have deviated way ahead from your actual path, this can help you come back and realign yourself, and this will act as a soul realignment. Because if you follow your duty and if you're ready to walk that extra mile, you will get appreciation not only from your supervisors but also from your father. You will also meet somebody who will be like a father figure, whose influence will ease your pain and suffering and anxiety. And the presence of that father figure or a guru will act as a much needed energy that will take away the sorrow from your heart, and you will become much more positive. For real estate investments, for vehicle and asset development, it's a good time, but as long as you are not putting yourself neck deep in debts, if you have funds, if you are managing it nicely, you can, because Jupiter has 7th aspect on the 4th house. If you have any emotional gap or dispute with the father and mother, your parents, or if your parents are angry at you, this is the time when you can resolve those issues by being humble, by understanding their position and their stand, and also respectfully putting forward your point of view. Because Jupiter aspects 2nd house, if you correct your diet, your health will improve. You should be very careful about your words. And pray to Ma Mahal Saraswati. Chanting Saraswati Bij mantra during this time will give Vak Shuddhi. That means cleansing the tongue, cleansing the voice. And when your words will become more clearer, you will become a better person. Remember, your ascendant is Gemini, and Gemini is the zodiac of communication. So communication is a key pillar of your life, and if that breaks, if anything happens to that part of life, you will be impacted the most. For students, it's a very good time. For people in academics and learning, it's a very good time. And you will see that a lot of things will become in your favor, especially if you're going to give a civil services examination, if you're trying to go for government job, if you're trying to go into a very big project, obviously which you have planned, and if you're nervous, don't be. Jupiter will support you. Chant Vishnu Sahasranam every day, and this will give you a lot of relief. And if it is too much for you, just take the name of Mahavishnu, Narayan, Narayan. Communicate with the divine. Cancer ascendant. If you are a 4th house ascendant, then definitely this Jupiter will give you so many blessings, as if this is a blessing coming right from the gods, from the divine. Well, 9th Lord in the 9th house, now direct, aspecting your ascendant, Saturn in the last leg, right in front of your ascendant in Capricorn, completely positive. It is like you are the ascendant, or even if you are a Cancer moon sign, you are the one that is greatly benefited by the blessings of Gurudev and Karmadev Shani. Jupiter being in the 9th house will give you broader perspective towards life. So if you have narrow thinking, if you are being too conservative in your life, try to expand your horizon. And the best way to expand your horizon is to learn and travel and accept all possibilities. Even if the time is not right, maybe that is good for you. That is a type of perspective you need during this time. It is a time where you will become much more practical. Lot of realizations will come, which is a practical realization. It's a good thing. You will understand your mistakes, and you will also understand your strength and core areas, and you can emphasize on that, you can work on that, you can use them in your favor. Just that you will have to stick to the rules and the laws laid out by Saturn in your birth chart. Jupiter in the 9th house is like Bhagya Lord, the Destiny Lord in the house of destiny. And if you simply be spiritual during this time, and if you are helpful, even if the surrounding is not so favorable, but still if you trust God, you will see that light will come to you. It's like Bhakt Prahlad. In spite of all the difficulties, Narayan never leaves his mind. Similarly, if you are in a difficult situation, and if the name of Narayan don't leave your mind, you will see this Jupiter slowly taking away all the negativity from your mind. If you are suffering from any kind of mental dilemma, anxiety, if you are suffering from Rahu related energies, if you are in Rahu Mahadasha, if your moon is afflicted in your birth chart, this is the time which will give you energies which will last for a life, and you will be able to correct your horoscope in a much better way. Following any dharmic ritual, reading Bhagavad Gita, following the path of spirituality is the theme of this Jupiter for the next 5 to 6 months. Try to understand that Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu are, you can say, collectively the kingmaker, the one that defines the flow of humanity. And everyone is in your favor. Yes, you may not feel connected with yourself, but this Jupiter will give you that opportunity to change your thought process, change your perspective, and introduce a new point of view. And that point of view will help you connect with yourself in a much better way. If you want to travel, at least travel to a religious place, a spiritual place. Visit a temple every day if possible. Fast on Thursdays and just take the name of Narayan. Overall, it's a completely auspicious time, but definitely not a time where you will become reckless and take decisions because the time is positive. Not all your wishes might come true. Rather, your acceptance about a wish not coming true will come. Mars, until it is retrograde, you need to make sure that you're not becoming greedy, not becoming jealous, and you're not anticipating profits. You are on the ground, you know the numbers, and when you deal with the numbers and when you're dealing with practical understanding of the subject, you will become successful and things will be absolutely all right for you. Remember, it's a spiritual transit. You have to enhance the spiritual version of you to get the maximum out of this. It's also the time when you need to walk. And if you are capable of walking long distance, do that and reduce your weight. With Jupiter in 9th house, your ascendant and the 5th house will get the maximum blessings apart from your 3rd house. Which means that you need to convey your heart and emotions, but you need to find a better place to do that. Speaking your heart everywhere will only fetch negativity, as if you're talking to the walls, and especially in marriage. If you find that you are unable to communicate with your partner, talk to your partner that you are unable to communicate and see how it goes. And then take the permission from Dev Guru Brihaspati. And maybe your communication will become much more influential during this time. For influencers, for journalists, for people for whom communication is everything. People who are involved in Vastu, spiritual practices, healers, teachers will see great boost in their career during this time. Overall, it's a time of patience, it's a time of success, and it's a time to take the blessings from the divine. Stay connected and just take the name of Narayan. Hare Krishna. Leo Ascendant. Your ascendant is ruled by Sun, and Sun is friend of Jupiter, planet-wise. And Jupiter becomes direct in your 8th house. Now, 8th house, when you hear about this, you listen so much negative about this house. You think that it is going to be very negative, and it is the house of death. But when Jupiter goes there, it talks about the Pran Vayu entering the realm of uncertainties and then smoothing things out. That means the positive energies in your horoscope will be so strong that it will counter the negativity of your life like never before. This is the time when you can secure your life financially. Your words can break barriers, and your positive words can bring people together. Your words and your statements will become more and more influential, especially when Jupiter from the 8th house aspects the 2nd house. Saturn, being in the 6th house, talks about your duty, your presence where it is needed. So if you're not running away from the responsibilities and problems, this Jupiter will give you a lot of positive results. But if you're escaping, if you're trying to run away from your usual responsibilities, your task, your prarabdha karma, the Jupiter will try to control your loss, 12th house, and it will treat you from the 12th house, and then it can become very negative. So if you are humble, down to earth, if you are polite, if you are trying to understand your role in this life, your role in this world, and you are doing that, whether you like it or not, but if you are doing that, Jupiter will take away the pain, sorrow, suffering, health issues, negativity, financial crisis, inheritance issues, taxation, paperwork, related matters. Everything will slow down and everything will become more sorted, aligned, as if everything is compartmentalized in your life. Otherwise, from all these areas, chaos will come in, so that you are forced to follow the path laid out by Saturn and Jupiter for you. From the 6th and the 8th house, Jupiter and Saturn will combined watch on your 2nd and 3rd house. So they are looking for what you speak. They are looking at your courage. They are looking at your initiatives. And your courage, your initiatives will in return give feedback to these two planets. And in response to that feedback, they will further relay the energy. So it's a cyclical process. Speak wise, don't speak foul, try to eat right, focus on your health, and go for holistic maintenance of your body and of your soul. It is a good time, but something in the 8th house can give any kind of surprise. Struggle for knowledge is the theme of this transit. So you should be a student and you should try to learn as much as you can, and when you implement that learning, you will see that it will become a reason for your growth, a propellant. Jupiter in the 8th house also talks about occult knowledge. It also talks about learning the unknown, exploring the areas and mastering that area. Good time to learn astrology, Vastu, energy therapy, tarot, name it. Anything that has to do with secret science. It is also the time when people can do PhD, gain scholarships, go for higher education, do some out-of-the-box learning, change their career in a way that nobody has seen before. It is also a good time for people who are traders, who are into stock market. But provided you are sticking to the basics and not doing acrobatics in the karma. Overall, it is a positive time. It is a time when things become more powerful, more streamlined, but you need to respect your guardians, you need to respect your elderly, and you need to respect your guru for that. Be a student is the message of this transit. Virgo ascendant. In your case, Jupiter rules your 4th and 7th house. So the matters that is related to your heart, your spouse, marriage, business, assets, happiness, mother, everything is controlled by this powerful planet Jupiter, and when it goes in the 7th house, it has the potential to change your life provided you are carefully listening to what your surroundings has to offer. You are carefully guided in the presence of a guru. For problems that you are facing, you are taking the help of a learned mentor. And if you don't have anybody in your life who can help you, you're taking the help of God. See, 7th house is everything that is not you. Everything that is right in front of you. And when a guru goes there, that means life becomes a teacher. So you need to learn from every moment, every event that you live from now onwards. A direct Jupiter in the 7th house, aspecting your ascendant, means a positive influence will change your life for good. So seek the knowledge, and knowledge can come from any medium, through any person. Respect everybody and treat every single person or entity that enters your life as a guru. It is one of the most powerful times to resolve issues in marriage, business, to restart and to restore a problematic relationship or a problematic business. 7th house also means taking control of your kama bhava. That means taking control of your desire. This also gives you an opportunity to understand your desire. Maybe your desire is practical, or maybe it is impractical. And this differentiation is what Jupiter will teach you. But if you see, this is not the time to get married. You need to wait until Mars becomes direct. You need to wait until Saturn comes in 6th house, and then you will see that things will become extremely auspicious for you. And this Jupiter aspecting your ascendant 3rd and 11th house will also improve your relations with your friends, your position in your network circle, your relationship with your siblings, and your overall personality will be as if somebody is trying to lift you, trying to enhance you. But yes, it may also mean that you will have to face some struggle. You may have to take some bold and tough decisions. You may have to face the wall and try your best to get out from a negative situation. So, this is the time when you need to get up and act. Because without karma, Jupiter is not going to help you. Action is extremely important during this time. It is a positive transit. It gives you new opportunities to invest. Because fourth lord is fourth from itself, it will resolve matters related to real estate, properties, houses. You can invest in properties. You might end up buying a house or a car. Buying gold during this time is going to be extremely auspicious, and people who are dealing with jewelry related business, especially gold, will see great boost in sales, and maybe they will do something which will produce good luck. But you need a lot of resilience, a headstrong attitude, and be ready for slow progress, step by step growth. Then you will see in a long term situation you are gaining more than other people around you. Short term, you will see this Jupiter not giving you anything. Now, when this Jupiter, this large planet with so much of gravity, sits in your 7th house, it makes 7th house very heavy. That means you may also not like the advice of your spouse, advices of people around you. Maybe you will feel that they are interfering in your life. They are poking you. But here is when your maturity comes into play. You need to understand their true intentions before you react negatively in this case. And until Mars is retrograde in the sign of Taurus, you need to be sure of your action, and you have to ensure that it is as per the dharma, the way of life, the correct path. One wrong mistake, and Saturn's next move will be to put you into trouble by being in the 6th house instead of giving you opportunities to grow. It is also the time when you can create new contracts. Companies can go into mergers. People in banking and finance or handling other people's assets will see things growing in positive direction. Spiritual leaders will come during this time. Astrologers, Reiki masters, Vastu experts, interior designers, people in real estate, contractors, builders, all will see some positive atmosphere around their life, and you can utilize this positive atmosphere in your favor. Overall, it's a time where you can take control of your desire. So yoga, pranayam and discipline is the key to success for good health and having a good psychological health. Staying happy during this time is one of the key way by which you can take the blessings of Jupiter. Coming in the contact of gurus and sadgurus, listening to satsang, discourses will act as a therapy, and your anxiety will go down and your emotions will come to a level plane. Overall, it's a good time, especially for people who are unemployed, who are housewives, who are elderly, to explore new knowledge and start a new journey in a positive direction. Overall, it's a time of rejuvenation, joy, and peace.